What's up, everyone? So, as I was just thinking, as I sometimes do, I got to thinking about trade. And when we're talking about kind of putting ourselves into somebody else's position, when they say, walk a mile in their shoes or put yourself in my position, what we're talking about basically is making a trade so we can experience what the other person is doing. Now, I'm all for that. I think that there's something to be said about taking a look or getting a glimpse into somebody else's world, their life, what it is, their crosses to bear in society, their entitlements. I think we all have a bit of both. There's some balance in both of those. And so to be able to see what somebody else might be experiencing, I think would be a really good education in life. So we might appreciate better what we do have and sometimes what we don't have. So let's look at trade. Take real accountability during engagement. Take real accountability. So if we're going to trade with somebody or try to get to know what it is that they go through, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, then let's take a real account. A real account. Let's really take a look at that. Not just, okay, yeah, but still you get that or whatever. No, we want to really see what are their ups and downs, their highs and lows. What are their victories and tragedies within their circle? And like I said, we all have it, whether it is, it can be on so many levels. If we're talking about through worship, somebody is going to say that group of people is known for terrorism, and that people is known for pedophilia, or that group of people is known for crime, that people is known for hate crime. So we want to make sure that we understand that we are taking a real glimpse into it. And this isn't just about reading history books, although I think that that's a good place. But his story is still somebody's account. And whoever got to say it last may have written it in some form of biased way when we go far enough back. Now, the real learning, aside from history, which is great, is the now. Is learning from people who are going through things in a societal sense now, who are going through whatever it is that is a plus or a minus for them. So I try to take the time to ask women questions, and I try to ask genuine questions when it comes to differences in gender. And I will hear from my friends of different ethnicities, and I will share with my friends of different ethnicities who don't understand what some of the societal demands can be sometimes, as being one, a male, two, being a black male, being a father. There's so many things that we can talk about. So even just as a parent who is unmarried, what's the difference between married and unmarried? I always tell my married friends, it's crazy out here. If you can work it out, work it out. Work it out. Do not be out here trying to do something past your 20s. It's not, and even the people in their 20s, it's not fun. So I make light, but that's what I'm talking about when we're talking about putting ourselves in a position to trade. Take real accountability during engagement. While you're engaging with this person, are you asking genuine questions, or is this just an answer that you're waiting to get so you can talk again? Or are you asking questions that aren't in real good faith? So we have to be very careful when we're asking some of these questions and give them feedback off of what the answer is, not just waiting for your turn to talk now. It's kind of like if you're playing tennis and you guys are hitting the ball back and forth, you're exchanging, and then they get just like really just one good shot straight down the baseline, boom, skips right in the line. You see it, and it's like, good shot. Or you're playing basketball with your friends and somebody just throws up that 3-pointer and it goes, what do? You turn and you high five them. Hey, good job. You can have that same energy. You can have that same intent, that same expectation that you can high five each other through discovering differences and being able to identify and celebrate them as well. These things don't have to separate us. We've allowed that man-made division rule for far too long. And now with the more recent advent of social media, these man-made divisions are often now just really just magnifying that sort of nonsense. Now, I'm not talking that radical rights, radical lefts, radical this, radical that are going to come together. There's a whole bunch of us inside those radical realms. If we're talking about middle and then all the way out to the extremes, there's a bunch of us that are probably from here on in. The majority are willing and able to say, no, I can find out what that means, or I can reach across that and, offer that, because we live in diverse societies. A lot of us do. And we are in areas where we have the ability to talk to people of different nationalities, races, genders, sexual orientations, religions, you name it. We have that ability. If we choose not to, that's fine. And maybe that's the growth that sometimes some of us need to get to the point where we can trade, where we can actually trade positions, or just even, and when I say trade, I'm not talking about like something like the movie Freaky Friday where you are shape-shifting into the other person. I'm just talking, consider what they go through. Sit and listen, have a good talk, ask some questions with somebody that you trust or that maybe you're just new to, and just say, hey, can I ask you something? Because most people across the board, I've been asked and I've asked, most people, if they really sense that this is like, hey, can you answer this for me? And it's not an accusatory sort of question, then I think most people are willing to answer it, and genuinely. And so that's the real accountability during engagement. Really sit down, have a one-to-one, have a heart-to-heart, where that can be made. But if you come in with the tone of accusatory or sometimes condescension, we don't want that. We wouldn't want it for us, and we certainly don't want to project that onto anybody else. So we have the ability. Not only do we have the ability in real time, but there's so much on social media. I've had some really good chats with people I've never chatted with again, who I didn't know who they were before or after, but I was able to answer or ask some questions when it came to that. So take real accountability during engagement. I don't have a whole lot on this, but I figured I would just share my thoughts, see what you guys think. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Please leave it in the comments. Your ace up the sleeve advice, comment, experience on something like this, and how you break down some of those barriers. How do you extend your olive branch, or better yet, how do you receive one? Because there are times where the patience has to really be set in, where somebody's asked me a question and they didn't mean to be offensive, but it's almost all that they knew how to be, and they didn't use racial epithets or anything else like that, but they're just conditioned to not understand how to like really kind of ease into the topic. And I will graciously use that as a teachable moment. I'm not going to return their unknowing ignorance with my willful ignorance. I'm not going to do that, because now now we get nowhere, and I want to be the best ambassador for whatever it is somebody's asking me. And it doesn't have to be those other things. Somebody just might ask me about fitness. Somebody might ask me about fitness or cooking or something else, and you don't want to be like, figure it out. Or what do you mean you can't do push-ups? Like, we don't want to be that person. So be the best ambassador for yourself, first and foremost, and that grouping or whatever that they are asking. It's just my considered opinion. And again, would love to hear what you guys think. As always, I hope this finds everybody in your place, pursuit or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Peace, love, unity, solidarity, and as always, subscriptions and videos. So stick around.